Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're checking out the new Asian cruisers. I got the Tier 7 here, Harbin. There's Shen Shao Quan is the commander that we got for him, or for these new lines. And there's the ship. We're still grinding out beyond the hull. Alright, so Two Brothers Domination Mode, the name of the game. This is probably the world's damage record game for this currently. It probably won't last too long. There's no records submitted on the website, the Discord, for the official game. So I could grab the record if I want. Maybe we'll submit it, maybe not. But one of you guys, when you get the ship, will probably beat it relatively quickly. Because like the British light cruisers, these Asians, capable of a lot of damage. Alright, these are light cruisers, fast-firing guns. We got some deep-water torpedoes. We got the torpedo reload boosters. We got smokes, heals. We got a lot of tools on these things. No armor. You get hit by a battleship, game over. End of discussion. Alright, so, that said... what are we doing here? Well, we don't have a destroyer. We got one destroyer per team. We see that our destroyer spawned in C in the middle, and he's going to the other side. Alright, so we can either play defensively over here, kind of slower pace, resign ourselves to that fact that we're not going to get a lot of spotting, and hope that the battleship will spot for us, the Marlborough behind us. Now he's going to hide behind the island, so he definitely wouldn't be spotting. This would be a frustrating situation. I'm kind of rolling the dice here. We're going to go right at the edge of this cap, see if we can grab the cap, and then maybe get out of here. Or reevaluate as that's going on. So that's the play. If we got a destroyer come around the bend here, maybe we could spot him, get him off the board. That would be a nice play to make. Or if battleships come around here, the game might be over relatively quickly. But you are watching the video, so you could probably surmise that that doesn't happen in this instance. All right, another cruiser going out wide on those islands that are kind of designed for cruisers. I don't mind that position whatsoever. So here we are here. We're going to just pop right in here, full speed, no harm, no fall. And then we're going to see if we can grab this cap. All right, because you can see there, red's kind of deploying heavily on the D cap. In fact, they're moving into the cap already. Our team is also heavily deploying over there. So that's where the game is going to be won and lost, presumably. But if we can grab this cap over here more or less for free, get it generating some points in the background, that might give us a chance. All right, now this is update week, so the blue team is really goofy, and winning the game is already going to be very difficult. So we're going to try and get any advantage that we can. All right, so we got to start thinking about now what. We're going to try and back up here. Try and encourage him, because you can see there, he's got no shots. Even if someone comes around here, we're not going to get a lot of early warning. I'd rather Marlborough kind of be over a square to the left, to the west there. Oh, here we got some problems. We got a Foudra, and I think it's a Vlad holding his hand. A pair of invincible battleships. Who wants to deal with that? Not me. All right, so we're going to see these deep-water torpedoes in action. Now, you get 2 launchers per side on this puppy, and pretty generous launch angles. You can see there we're in the process of disengaging, though, rather than utilizing the steep launch angles. We're trying to remind the Marlborough that if he wants to enjoy playing the game, he might want to get in a position where he can actually see something. All right, so we're getting out of here. This is a dangerous situation. If I fire my guns, we will be spotted in the smoke. Just due to the smoke fire penalty, it's close enough, so I got to kind of hold fire until we get the option to disengage here. Because again, these guys hit me. It's over. Oh, look at that. 5 hits. Nasty damage on the Vlad, and he's wounded. He's hurt. All right, so we're going to launch there. And then we've launched 4 sets. Go ahead and use that reload booster, and they're going to come back online very quickly. So you can put out a lot of torpedoes here, and you got to be kind of careful when you're rushing these things. You got to, if you're going to rush them, make sure you kill them. Because if you don't, they got the torpedo reload boosters available. Well, you're going to be facing a barrage of these guys coming right at you. Okay, so that's a painful proposition, as the Vlad found out there. And now it looks like we got a flood stuck on the Foudra as well. So damage piling up here. I'm going to take a blind shot there, see if we got him, more or less chilling where he was. Did briefly get spotted. We were talking about that smoke fire penalty a moment ago, but we got out of the range of where that's applicable. Got him with a flood, got him with a fire, and he's in trouble. Foudra is in serious trouble, and the Marlborough firing a first shot of the game. Interesting. You can see I'm a little annoyed with this guy. I just played this game, and he wasn't what I would consider particularly helpful. All right, so now we got to evaluate the game. Do we go through A into their base? Do we go through C into our, do we support south of D over there? Or do we kind of go up the gut, maybe pressure the base? Those are the 3 options, of course. I'm going to elect to go up the gut here. I'm hoping I can get up there really quick. and start shooting some of these guys in the broadside. We got 4 guys currently arrayed south of the cap. Marble coming with me over here. And the cruiser, hopefully noticing that that side's kind of done, right? There's not a threat. We know the destroyer's on the D side. He's been spotted there. He's on the cap, obviously. There's nothing to do over here. So you kind of have to be one step ahead of the game here, planning where do I need to go. Marlboro inexplicably turns around and goes back towards A, completely ignoring the advice I was just delineating. And he will take himself out of the game for the majority of it. Okay, I don't know how many shots he fired this game. Maybe 2 shots would be my guess. All right, so as we're moving into position, starting to worry. So these guys that we're trying to get over there and support, they start dropping off. And they start dropping off rather rapidly. Admonishing these guys, let's get over here, come on. Marlboro says no. He's got better ideas. He's going to go defend A, which has already been claimed and has no threat to it. Misallocation of resources, in my opinion. All right, that's enough about him. Moving into position here, we got to be a little careful. We don't know where all these guys are. We got some spotting of the guys way out there. But the ones closer to here, the ones I'm kind of looking to ambush, well, they might be thinking to themselves, well, I should get over to A or I should defend our home or whatever. So we don't know until we come around this bend. Is there going to be something here that can slap us? Is there going to be a battleship point blank range, blast us in the face, game over? That's a possibility. But we kind of have to start playing a little bit aggressive here, right? We're down 5 ships now. They're only down 2. And we got 2 more that are several minutes away from being able to shoot. So, in effect, we basically have 2v6 at this point in time. And if those guys get back into position, then it would be 3v6, 4v6, depending on the speed and vigor that they achieve said position. So we're moving in here. Hipper, I'd love to blast him. He's going to be a tough customer, though. He does have a turtleback point blank range. We're pretty close here. We'll see if we can get some damage or not. We got the AP loaded, of course. He's pointing directly south. And we're going to see if we can get some nice damage. And there's about 4,000 there with no citadels, 5 hits, and 5 regular hits, 3 overpens. We're getting some shots here as well. And you can see, you know, the damage output's pretty good here. Quick firing guns. Like I said, the damage can pile up pretty quickly. That's not the issue. The issue, survivability. Can we take the hits? No. Alright, so he's going back there. We got a few ships shooting at us now. I would like to grab this base. It's kind of our only chance here. Shoot, we got reset there. That's going to be an issue. But, you know, if we have the 3 caps and we can kind of fight these guys asymmetrically, maybe the cruiser that was in the west is now coming online here. If we can start taking these guys 2v1, maybe we can claw back there. And if we have the cap advantage, that would add to it. All right, so Marlboro's now, he's gotten into A, it looks like, and I think he's going to turn back and try and defend C. So, again, you know, unfortunate, one of our battleships only shoots about 2 shots this game, which is problematic. All right, so Massachusetts, he's playing with its throttle knob. Probably has a good idea here that, okay, there's a cruiser. Never seen this Harbin before, not sure what it's all about, but I got to be a little cautious. We got to assume there's torpedoes. If you're not sure if the ship has a torpedo threat or not, it's better to assume that it does. Find out the hard way that it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't really affect you. Rather than assuming that it doesn't have torpedoes, find out the hard way that it does. Boom. Gotcha. All right, so about to capture the base here. And now I'm thinking, all right, well, they're on our home base there. Can the Marlboro defend it? Probably not. He's not inspired a lot of confidence in me. So I'm considering going up there, trying to maybe rush the destroyer, the cruisers, whatever are pressuring the base. But we do have a Massachusetts here basically fighting a cruiser 1v1. Yeah, we're just going to try and chime in and see if we can add to the fight. We also don't want this Massachusetts to survive long enough for the ship to give him infinite health, right? If he gets close enough, will to rebuild kicks in, and then we physically cannot kill the Massachusetts. He's just a far superior player when it comes to choosing commander perks. There's no counter. All right, we do bring him down there. Marley, we're going to get some shots here. Unfortunately, I think that cruiser there was spotting. We do block him with the smoke. There's nothing we can really do about that, but we do kind of waste the smoke here. Yeah, we could sit here trying to blind fire. We're getting a couple shots here and there, but, you know, not the most reliable, and now we've lost them. So at this point, there's no real reason to continue on with this place. We're going to traverse back to the C cap, see if we can get some damage there before the game's lost. Which, of course, we will lose. We are on the blue team. So, early impressions of the Asian cruisers. I think they're, up and down the line, they're all very brittle, and they're all capable of doing huge damage. Like this game, I think we get 2,000 XP, which of course is a 3,000 XP game if we win. We saw one or two of those situations last stream, yesterday when we were playing these ships. And, if you can keep them alive, you can keep them in position where you're firing on reload for the majority of the game, huge damage, right? And you can see those vicious torpedo hits. That's the majority of the damage in this game that we actually got. We got less than 100 hits so far, but we're just shy of 160,000, I guess, at this point in time. So, coming in here, Cleveland pointing at us. He was going to try and capture and then come back and assist. It's a good play for him to make. We're going to have to turn sharply into him. Doesn't have a torpedo threat, of course, but we don't want him shooting us in the broadside. We won't last very long doing that at all. All right, so got the torpedoes reloaded again, and we're getting as many down as possible here. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised we don't end up hitting him with the torpedoes, but watch this little sequence here. I'm surprised he dodged these. He must have gunned it and gotten past that right-hand set would be my guess, but we never do spot him again. So overall, I'd say this line seems to be fun, seems to be pretty strong, but difficult, right? There's not a lot of margin of error on these ships. If you get hit by something, you're probably about to die, if not already in the process of dying. So difficulty-wise, that's there, but damage potential very high as well. So that's a look at the Harbin for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see you all later. All right, peace.